The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. Gildersleeve is brought to you each week by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine. Would you like to win a glamorous new Ford Victoria or one of the more than 1,150 other valuable prizes? Then enter Parquet Margarine's sensational $83,500 Name the Twins contest. Full details in our next announcement. Have paper and pencil ready. Meanwhile, remember, Parquet is the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Get good-tasting, fresh-tasting Parquet tomorrow at your grocer's. That's Parkay, Parquet margarine made by Kraft. Now let's look in on the Great Gildersleeve. When there are babies in the house, it makes a lot of difference. There's more silence and more noise and more work and more play. In fact, there's more of everything going on. Yes, sir. Since the twins came to the Great Gildersleeve's house, the day begins pretty early.
Listen to that. Pretty husky voice, huh, Leroy?
Yeah.
It must be the boy. Sounds like a baritone. You hope he doesn't wake up the little girl.
He woke me up at 6 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, with babies around the house, you don't need an alarm clock.
Trouble is you can't set them. They're liable to go off any time.
Well, these twins have been pretty good. They've got that sunny Gildersleeve disposition.
Yeah?
Well, here comes Marjorie and Bronco with the babies.
We're trying to get them back to sleep, Auntie.
Yo, sorry, Marjorie. Good morning, Bronco.
Good morning, Mr. Gildersleeve. Hello, Leroy.
Hi.
Oh, Leroy, you frightened the baby.
I did.
Now, big boy, that's just your Uncle Leroy.
You big boy?
Well, since we haven't selected names for the twins yet, we call them Big Boy and Little Girl.
Yeah, cute idea. Hello, big boy. Get you. Hey, look, he grabbed my finger.
He'll grab anything.
Hey. You look at him, hang on.
He was asleep until that window shutter upstairs started banging.
You?
I thought you were going to have that shutter fixed, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Well, I'm going to. I'll have it fixed right away.
You said that last week.
Well, Bronco.
Big Boy's going to sleep.
Hey, why don't you keep him awake all day so he'll sleep later mornings?
Quiet, Leroy. There's too much noise going on around here. Yofer! Bertie!
Did I wake up the baby?
Oh, that's all right, Bertie.
Sure, that's all right, Bertie. Think nothing of it. It's been done before.
Come on, darlings. Bertie and Leroy will take you upstairs.
I'll take the one that isn't crying.
I wouldn't take him upstairs, Bertie.
No, Bertie, that trick shutter's banging up there.
Trick shutter.
Well, we'll take them in the study. I thought that shutter was fixed.
Yeah, I know, Bertie. Now let's go eat breakfast. I'll take care of the shutter.
I'll get the coffee and orange juice.
Fine, my dear. Let's sit down, Bronco.
Yes, sir. I could take care of the shutter, Mr. Gildersleeve, but I hesitate to take the initiative around here since you're the head of the house.
Yeah, Bronco, you won't find me resenting anything. We're one big happy family. If anybody has any constructive suggestions about how this house should be run, he should speak up.
Yes, sir. I probably shouldn't mention it, but if I were running the house, I'd do something about that light in the linen closet.
You light in the linen closet? Yeah, I hadn't looked in there recently.
Well, the switch doesn't work, but I wasn't going to mention it.
Yeah, I want you to mention these things, my boy. Anything else wrong around here?
No.
Now, Bronco, you've got something on your mind. Out with it.
Oh, it isn't anything big, Mr. Gildersleeve. None of these things are important.
Well, they're getting important. Continue.
Well, if I were running this house, I'd put a new window pane in the attic.
Oh? I didn't know it was broken.
Yeah, it's cracked. I was up there the other day and a lot of cold air's coming in.
Nosy son-in-law.
You understand, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'm not trying to take over.
Oh, no.
But these are things I'd do if I were running the house.
Oh, yes.
Are you two starved for breakfast?
Oh, yeah. Marge, how about Mr. Gildersleeve's bacon and eggs?
Now he's telling me what to eat for breakfast. I shouldn't have let that conversation with Bronco upset me this way. After all, I asked for it. Yeah, but he didn't have to give it to me. You think I'll stop in Floyd's and cool off under a hot towel?
Well, come on in, Commish.
Hello, Floyd.
Welcome to Little Floydie Munson's Tonsorial Emporium. I think that's French for barbershop.
Yes. Just give me a shave.
You bet. Toot sweet. I know that's French.
You're all right, Floyd. Hurry up. Talky barber.
What's that?
Nothing. I'm sorry, Floyd. Yeah, I guess I'm a little irritable this morning.
What's the matter? Ain't you had your breakfast yet?
I'll say I have. I was even told what to eat.
Yeah? You ain't married. Who could be doing that?
Well, I don't believe in talking about my relatives, Floyd. But I don't mind saying quite a change has come over Bronco.
Yeah? I guess having twins would change any man.
Yeah, that could have something to do with it, all right. Now that he has a family of his own, he wants to run the whole house.
Uh-oh.
If I were you, I'd do this, he tells me. If I were you, I'd do that. Big eye.
Well, my wife, Lovey, tried to take over once, except she didn't say, if I were you. She said, if you don't.
Yes, well, this is a little different, Floyd. Darn kid thinks he can run the house better than I can. I'd like to see him try it.
Why don't you let him try? That's the way I shut up Lovey.
You?
She wanted to take charge of everything, so I let her. Right on the day the milk bill was due, and the clothesline fell down.
Yeah, Floyd, I couldn't shove all the responsibilities of the household on an inexperienced boy.
Why not? Certainly learned Lovey a lesson. She ain't opened a yap since.
She hasn't?
And Lovey ain't exactly a clam. I let her handle everything, Commish, and in a week she was begging me to be boss again.
Well, I wouldn't want Bronco to take over, then have to come begging me to... Say, why not?
Now you're getting smart, Commish.
Yeah, I'd only be doing it to teach the boy a lesson.
Sure.
Oh, hello, Leroy. Are you ready for dinner?
Yeah, I'm washed. Unc, did you remember?
You remember what?
It's allowance day.
Well, you'll have to look to Bronco for your allowance.
Bronco, are you kidding?
Shh, Leroy. He doesn't know it yet, but I'm going to let him run the house for a while.
Isn't that a dirty trick, making him pay all the bills?
No, your old uncle will still furnish the money, within reason. Bronco seems to want the experience, and I'm going to accommodate him.
Gosh, Bronco handling the money. This'll be a pushover.
Wait a minute, Leroy. I haven't given him the reins yet.
Okay. Gee, I could hit him for 2 weeks in advance. I could hit him for a raise.
You poor old Bronco. You're coming, Bertie.
Hello, Unky.
Good evening, Marjorie. Well, hello, Bronco.
Oh, we're waiting for you, Mr. Gildersleeve. Hello, Leroy.
Hi. Good evening, Bronco. Did you have a pleasant day today?
What? Oh, yeah, sure.
I'm glad to hear it.
What's the matter with Leroy?
Well, prime ribs. Bronco, why don't you carve tonight?
Me? Oh, no, Mr. Gildersleeve. You carve. You're the head of the family.
Well, not necessarily. Go ahead, Bronco.
Sure, Bronco. You got to learn sometime.
Well...
That's exactly what I was thinking today.
What's that?
Marjorie's right, Bronco. You have to learn sometime. As a matter of fact, why don't you take over the job of managing the house for a while?
Oh, I couldn't do that.
Yes, you can. We'll put everything in your hands. You can keep the books, pay the bills.
Pay the allowances?
You hold it, Leroy. What do you say, Bronco? It'll be up to you to keep things shipshape.
Mr. Gildersleeve, does this have anything to do with what I said this morning?
Oh, no. like I said, I don't resent criticism.
Well,
And like you said, you need the experience. Of course, you'll make a few mistakes. Good, what the heck?
oh, I know I'd never be able to handle things the way you do. Oh, you seem to run the house without doing anything.
Well, that's the way I run the office, too. Now, I want you to run things for a while. I want you to learn your lesson. Yeah, I mean, how to run the house.
Well, all right, Mr. Gildersleeve. If that's the way you feel, I'll take a run at it.
Yeah, fine. From now on, we'll all take orders from you.
Oh, Bronco.
Is he officially in charge now, Unc?
Yes, indeed, Leroy. Fire away.
Bronco,
Yes, Leroy?
congratulations on being in charge of everything. I know you'll do a super job.
Well, thank you, Leroy.
May I have my allowance now?
You smooth boy.
Leroy, about your allowance.
Yeah?
There's a broken window in the attic.
There is?
Uh-oh.
Here's the potatoes and gravy. Ain't nobody started carving yet?
I'll carve in a minute, Bertie.
Bronco's running the house for a while, Bertie. He's wrestling with his first problem.
Yes, sir.
Now then, about the window. It seems to have been broken by a BB gun.
No kidding.
Marjorie, have you been shooting a BB gun?
Of course not, silly.
Mr. Gildersleeve?
You, not the water commissioner. Honor bright.
Bertie, are you hiding a BB gun somewhere?
Not me. Bertie's innocent.
Well, it wasn't me, and it couldn't have been the twins.
How do you know?
Leroy, could it have been you?
Okay, you got me. But it was an accident. I was shooting icicles off the eaves.
I see, but unfortunately, Leroy, accidents cost money.
Yep, here it comes.
And I think you should contribute 25 cents out of your allowance toward a new window pane.
Oh, for corn's sake.
I'll pay the balance out of the house fund.
But gosh, I could see a movie for that.
I know, Leroy, but in organized society, we must have our rules and regulations.
Rules, schmools, I'm out 2 bits.
Yeah, Bronco's right, Leroy.
I don't mean to be hard, Leroy. But just think of me as working for the good of all of us. I'm trying to be efficient in the job to which I've been elected. Now then, little fella, are there any questions?
Yeah, when can we hold another election?
Bronco may be impeached before he can resign.
The great Gildersleeve will return after this important announcement. Margie and Bronco still need names for their twins, and you may win the prize of a lifetime by helping them out. Yes, just listen to the prizes to be awarded in Parquet Margarine's $83,500 Name the Twins contest. Each week for 5 weeks, Parquet is awarding 4 glamorous new Ford Victorias. And in addition,
10 General Electric portable dishwashers, 20 General Electric triple whip mixers, 100 crisp new $20 bills, 100 crisp new $10 bills. That's 234 prizes each week for 5 weeks.
now here's how you enter. Think of names for the twins. One's a boy, one's a girl, remember. Get an entry blank from your grocer. It will tell you how prize-winning entries are selected. Or use plain paper if you prefer. Send your names for the twins, plus your own name and address, to Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. With each entry, enclose the red end flap from a package of Parquet Margarine.
And remember, if you'd like to try for a first prize plus a special $500 cash bonus, include 2 Parquet red end flaps. One end flap entitles your entry to full consideration for a Ford Victoria. 2 red end flaps entitle you to $500 extra if your entry wins one of the weekly first prizes.
This week's contest ends at midnight this Saturday. So hurry! Remember the address, Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. Get your entry off tomorrow. Well, a couple of days ago, the great Gildersleeve turned the job of running the house over to his son-in-law and sat back to watch developments. What's developed? Well, Bronco's doing a great job, and he seems to be saving the water commissioner money.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I fixed that light in the linen closet.
Oh? Called in an electrician, did you?
No, sir. No, I cut off the master switch and fixed it myself.
Well, Bronco, you're learning fast. That's exactly what I would have done had I gotten around to it.
Well, you've given me something to shoot at. When a problem comes up, I ask myself, how would Mr. Gildersleeve have done this had he gotten around to it?
Yes. Well.
Hello, everybody.
Oh, hi, Marge, honey.
Well, my dear, how are things downtown?
Oh, I had a wonderful shopping trip.
Your shopping trip?
How are the babies?
Yeah, they're over there in their crib.
What'd you buy, Marge?
Hello, pretty babies. Here's your mother.
Marge, what'd you buy?
Oh, you precious little darlings. I don't know which one of you is the cuter.
Marge, what did you buy?
Yeah, that Bronco hangs on like a bulldog.
Oh, just a hat.
A hat. Yeah, but you have a hat. A lot of them.
Well, maybe it's an Easter bonnet, Bronco.
But she's already bought an Easter bonnet.
But I couldn't resist this one. Wait till you see it. Open the box.
Yeah, I'll open it, Bronco. You look too nervous.
Well, I'm not nervous, but Marge, don't
Here
you
it
think...
is, Marjorie. Here, put it on.
Oh, thank you, Unky. There, isn't it adorable? And only $7.95.
$7.95 for that?
Oh, Bronco. What do you think, Uncle Mort?
Well, I don't think the hat's that funny, Marjorie.
You men. Laugh if you want to, but the twins will like it. Look, babies, look at Mother's new hat.
Oh, my goodness.
Hey, you see, Marge, Big Boy agrees with his father.
Well, I'll bet he's just hungry. But I'll take it back. Help me take him upstairs, Bronco.
Sure. Come on, Big Boy. Your mother doesn't want that hat, does she?
Well, I guess I really don't need it.
No. Oh, you'll be the prettiest girl in the Easter parade in that other one.
Do you really think so?
What a cagey operator. Well, he's saving money and making her like it.
Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yes, Bertie.
is she taking it back?
Yeah, Bronco laughed her out of it.
Yes, sir. That man sure is making Miss Marjorie and Leroy toe the line.
Well, he's opening my eyes. He's a good manager.
Yes, sir. He's counting pennies with everybody in this house except Bertie.
Yeah, he's a fine boy.
Of course, he knows he don't have to check up on Bertie. You won't catch him calling Bertie on the carpet.
Well,
Oh, Bertie,
Yes, Mr. Bronco?
I've been wanting to have a talk with you.
Me?
uh-oh.
How much did you pay for that hen you roasted last night?
Oh, that was a fine hen. I paid 79 cents a pound.
79 cents a pound?
Yes, sir, at Steuben's Market.
Well, Bertie, I noticed in the paper they had a special on hens at the Acme Market. It's 71 cents a pound.
Yes, sir. But there's hens, and then there's hens. Miss Gildersleeve knows that, don't you, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yeah, Bertie, I'm staying out of this.
Well, Bertie, that's a small point, but if you have an hour or two this afternoon, I'd like to sit down with you and review the operation of the kitchen.
Mr. Bronco, don't nobody have to tell Bertie how to buy for the kitchen, do they, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Well, I've never tried to.
Bertie, I just have a job to do.
I got a job to do, too, and I'm doing it. Bertie is known as the best buyer in the block. Ain't you, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Yeah, I don't doubt it, Bertie.
Yes, sir, I'm the best buyer in the block. When them clerks see me coming in the store, they say, here comes Bargain Bertie. Don't nobody have to check up on me, because when them clerks see me coming, they say, here comes Bargain Bertie.
Yeah, I know, Bertie.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you know what them clerks say when they see me coming in the store?
Yes, Bertie.
That's right. They say, here comes Bargain Bertie.
Phew. Bertie gave us more than we bargained for.
Well, we'll see. Bertie!
I'm putting the pans away. What is it?
If you have a couple hours now, let's have that talk.
Gildersleeve, putting Bronco in charge is the smartest thing you ever did. He could make you rich. Well, Bronco, you've had the reins almost a week now. You're doing a fine job.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm just trying to drive down the middle of Economy Road.
In the middle of economy. Well, you're doing it, too. Let's stop in Petey's and have a Coke. You deserve it.
Well, a nickel one.
A nickel. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. Bronco. What can I do for you?
Mr. Gildersleeve invited me to have a Coke, Mr. Peavy.
You okay?
Yeah. I got a fine son-in-law, Peavy. You're doing a great job running the house.
Yeah, so I hear.
Well, there are a lot of little extravagancies we're trying to eliminate. A penny saved is a penny earned.
You're very good, Bronco.
Here are your Cokes.
Oh, say, here comes the judge. Hello, Horace.
Good afternoon, gentlemen.
Come in, Judge.
Hello, Judge Hooker.
You have a Coke with us, Judge, and toast the new financial manager of Gildersleeve Gables.
What's this, Gildy?
Well, Bronco's been running the house for nearly a week. What he says goes.
Oh? How's it working out?
Wonderful.
Oh, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yes, it is. He's got Bertie, Leroy, and Marjorie cutting corners in every direction.
No wonder you're pleased.
Here's your Coke, Judge.
Thank you. Gildy, I'm looking for a bowling partner for this evening. Care to join me?
Oh, great idea, Judge. I haven't been bowling for a month. Of course, I'll have to ask my exchequer for funds.
You will?
Yeah, I'm running a little low, and he's the boss. Bronco, give me $5.
$5?
Yeah, that should tide me over.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you've had your allowance for the week.
Gildy, are you on an allowance?
My.
Well, I'm going along with it like everybody else in the family. The 5, please, Bronco.
Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll advance it to you if you really insist, but what'll Marjorie and Leroy and Bertie say?
Well,
They'd want more money, too. It'd set a dangerous precedent and defeat our whole plan.
but...
One rotten apple can contaminate the whole barrel.
But...
Gildy's a rotten apple.
Watch it, Horace.
I think it's up to you and me to show leadership in this situation.
You're all right. Forget I asked you.
Oh, that's cooperating.
Yes.
Thanks for the treat, Mr. Gildersleeve. I'm going to the bank now.
Oh, yes. Banking my money.
Goodbye, men.
Bye, Bronco.
Goodbye.
Well, Gildy, if he won't let you go bowling, we can visit the zoo. That's free.
Yeah, all right, Horace. We're going bowling, and I know how to get the money. Peavy.
Are you looking at me, Mr. Gildersleeve?
And I have a charge account here. Give me $5 and put it on my bill.
Mr. Gildersleeve, you don't have a charge account here.
What do you mean, Peavy?
Bronco was in yesterday and canceled it.
Cancel my charge account?
That's right. It seems he's canceled them all over town.
Yofer. That sneaky kid. Just wait till I get home.
Wait a minute, Mr. Gildersleeve. That'll be 15 cents for the Coke.
Peavy, you're not worried about that 15 cents.
No, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, my goodness. Pay him, Judge. I'll pay you later. Far enough. That kid tricked me. Well, he's not going to embarrass me again. I'm taking over. Bronco! Bronco!
I'm in your study, Mr. Gildersleeve.
In my study. He's in my hair, too. Bronco!
I'd like to have a talk with you, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I'm ready to talk.
Since we were in Mr. Peavy's, I've been thinking. Now, I'm in a very uncomfortable position.
So am I.
It isn't right for me to tell you what to do.
Bronco, stop saying what I want to say.
Yes, sir. So I've balanced the books, and I'm turning them back to you.
You?
I've notified the rest of the family, and here's what I saved on the week's budget. $32.60.
Well, you $32.60. That much? Bronco, how'd you do it?
Well, it wasn't easy.
Bronco, you did a great job. Shake hands, my boy.
Thanks for the experience, Mr. Gildersleeve. Now, if you'll excuse me.
Yeah, you bet. Run along. Oh, what a fine boy. $32.60. Right, George, there's a young fellow with a head on his shoulders. They just don't come any finer than Bronco. $32.60. Who's that?
It's me, Unky.
Yo, come in, Marjorie.
I'm here, too.
Well, what can I do for you?
Bronco says you're in charge again.
Yeah, that's right, Leroy. But Bronco did a fine job. We're all indebted to him.
I know I'm in debt.
You?
I had to borrow from Piggy.
Uncle Mort, Bronco wouldn't let me send out the living room rug, but it can't wait any longer. It just has to be cleaned.
But, Marjorie.
Mr. Gildersleeve,
Yeah, what is it, Bertie?
do I see money in your hand?
No, wait.
I got to restock the pantry. Mr. Bronco wouldn't let me buy nothing last week.
Yes, but
I need $20, Mr. Gildersleeve.
$20. But, Bertie.
I need $15 to have the rug cleaned, Unky.
$20, 15. That's 35.
I need $2 for lunch money at school.
That's 37.
The motor's busted on the refrigerator.
Yeah, but
My
Bertie-
bike's got a flat tire.
Lyra.
And I really do need that hat.
Marjorie, wait a minute. Bronco! Bronco, come back!
The great Gildersleeve will be right back. Don't forget, this week's Parquet Margarine Name the Twins Big Prize Contest ends at midnight this Saturday. Just think, 2 simple words may win you a thrilling Ford Victoria. Send your names for the twins, your own name and address, and the red end flap from a Parquet package, 2 red end flaps, if you want to try for that extra $500 bonus as well as a Ford. The address is Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. Get Parquet and an entry blank from your grocer tomorrow.
That darn Bronco. What a slicker. Takes all the credit for saving money around this house, and I'm the one who has to pay. I'll never forgive him for that. Oop. One of the twins waking up. Better go in and take a look. It's all right. Yeah. Go to sleep. Yeah, sure. Cute little tykes. Hope we get some good names for you. Yeah, they do look like Bronco and Marjorie. Yeah, what the heck. Bronco probably meant well. He isn't a bad son-in-law. Honest and hard-working. And he likes me. Sure, little babies. He's a fine young man. He'd have to be your father. Good night. Good night, folks.
Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Lee Keel, Arthur Q. Bryan, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine and those other famous quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
One of the most important ways you can help America strengthen her defenses right now is by supporting the 1951 Red Cross Fund. This year, the Red Cross must have $85 million to meet the needs of the rapidly expanding armed forces, to train and equip millions of home defense volunteers in first aid and home nursing, and to do hundreds of other vital defense jobs. Remember, the Red Cross is mobilizing for the defense of your family, your community, and your nation. And now's the time to help make that defense secure by giving all you can to the 1951 Red Cross Fund.
Don't miss The Falcon every Sunday over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as The Falcon solves the case of the talented Texan.
Enjoy Groucho Marx and You Bet Your Life on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Gildersleeve is brought to you each week by the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine. Big news! Tonight we're announcing first week's winners in Parquet Margarine's $83,500 Name the Twins contest. Yes, 4 glamorous Ford Victorias have already been awarded, and you'll hear the winners' names at the close of tonight's program. We're now in the middle of our 3rd weekly contest. You have until midnight Saturday to try for the 4 beautiful Ford Victorias and 230 other prizes that will be won this week. Full instructions in our next announcement. Have paper and pencil ready. Tonight's Great Gildersleeve program and this exciting contest are brought to you by Parquet Margarine, the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Try Parquet tomorrow. Get Parkay, Parquet Margarine made by Kraft. Now, the Great Gildersleeve. April in the air this fine afternoon in Summerfield, and spring is coming right out in the open. You can see it in the gardens, in the trees, and in the light-hearted step of the Great Gildersleeve as he turns the corner heading for home.
I'm as busy as a spider spinning daydreams. I'm as giddy as a baby on a tree. Oh, hello, Leroy.
Sure glad you're coming home, Unc.
Well, thank you, my boy. How's everything with the family?
That's why I'm glad you're coming home. What a bunch of droopy characters.
What's this?
Marjorie and Bronco and Bertie. You know what we ought to do, Unc?
You what?
We ought to boycott them.
Boycott?
Picket them.
Yofer. Leroy.
I'm boiling.
Yeah, so I see.
What a family.
You said that.
Those twins.
What about the twins?
Old Marge and Bronco. Just 'cause they're the mother and father, they think they own those kids.
Yes, well.
Holy cow, can't even get near them. Before you can get in the room, you got to be pasteurized.
Yeah, well, I know, my boy. Marjorie and Bronco and Bertie are like 3 mother hens with those babies.
Hens? Ha! Eagles.
Well, you'll have to be patient, Leroy.
But why can't I hold them?
You'll be able to hold them after a while.
Why can't I feed them? What's to put in a bottle in a kid's mouth? I know which end the milk comes out of.
Well, you just bide your time, my boy. Try to understand that Marjorie and Bronco and Bertie are only thinking of what's best for the babies.
Ha!
We should be glad they feel that way. We should be proud of them.
Yeah.
Now, let's go in the house and I'll be one happy family again.
Okay.
Hey, the boy's all right now. I brought him around. Gildersleeve, you're a born diplomat. Hello, everybody. We're home.
I'm out in the kitchen, Uncle Mort, feeding the baby.
Yo, feeding the babies. Come on, Leroy. Let's see the little tyke.
Can I feed one of them, Unc?
Now, my boy, let's be patient. Hello, Marjorie.
Hello, Unky and Leroy.
Hi.
Evening, Mr. Gildersleeve.
Good evening, Bertie. Here, Marjorie. It's a little difficult, isn't it, holding the 2 bottles? I'll feed the boy, if you like.
Oh, you better let Bertie do it, Unky.
I'll take him. Come on, little fella.
You see, Unc?
Leroy.
They take the bottle much better from someone they know.
Well, they know me, my dear.
They know me, too.
Well, of course they do, but at a distance.
Maybe we could give them the bottle on the end of a stick.
Yeah, I'll take the little girl and let her finish up the bottle.
Well, you just came home from the office, Unky. You're tired.
No, I'm not. I feel fine. You must be tired. Why don't I hold the baby while you rest?
I could hold it while you both rest.
Oh, she's going to sleep now. I'll hold her.
This little man's ready for bed. He's stuffed.
Great. Yeah, I'll carry him in, Bertie.
I'll take him, Bertie.
Yeah, all right, Margie. You take the boy, and I'll take the little girl.
Well...
Right, George, I'm going to get a baby out of this somehow.
Hello, folks.
Yeah, Bronco. Where'd he come from? Hello, Bronco. Margie and I were just getting ready to carry the twins into the nursery. Come on, little girl.
Well, little daughter, come to Daddy.
Hey, wait a minute.
Here we go. Off to bed.
A girl for you and a boy for me.
What about me?
Leroy, here's something for you.
Yeah, what?
You can carry the blankets into the nursery.
I got them.
Bertie, isn't there anything I can carry?
Yes, sir. You can carry these.
4 safety pins. You confounded kids. Want to hog the whole thing for themselves. It'd be different if they only had one baby. They have 2. They can spare one.
What'd you say, Unc?
Yeah, I didn't say anything. I'm reading the paper, Leroy.
Uncle Mort, Bronco and I are going to the movie tonight. Would you like to go with us?
Movie? No, I wouldn't care to, my dear. You and Bronco and Leroy go. I'll be the babysitter.
But, Unky...
I don't think I'll go either. I'm going to sacrifice and stay here with Unc.
But Bertie's going to be here.
Yeah, Bertie can take the evening off.
But you've never taken care of the babies alone, Unky.
Yeah, I've been around lots of other babies. They're all alike.
Sure, they all operate the same.
Leroy, you keep out of this.
Okay. Well, you do what you like, Uncle Mort, but there's no reason for you to stay with Bertie here.
Yeah, and I'll take care of that. Bertie!
That's the old fight, Unc.
You called me, Miss Gildersleeve?
Yeah, I was just thinking, Bertie. Why don't you take the evening off?
Oh, Bertie can't take this evening off. Miss Margie and Mr. Bronco's going out, and I got to stay with the twins.
Yeah, well, that's the point, Bertie. You don't have to stay. I'm going to be here.
Yeah, me too.
Miss Gildersleeve, you mean you're going to babysit?
You, of course, Bertie.
Have you ever babysat?
Certainly. I've been around all kinds of babies. I don't know why everyone makes such a big hullabaloo about minding a couple of babies. What could be simpler?
Yeah.
Well, if you want me to go, Mr. Gildersleeve, I'll go. If you're sure you want me to go.
Yeah, absolutely, Bertie.
I'll stay if you want me to stay.
No, you go ahead, Bertie.
I'll either go or stay.
Well, you go.
I'll go or stay.
Well, go. I mean, go.
Go or stay.
Yofer. Bertie, go, please.
All right, what you say, go. I'll go.
Well, at last.
Gee, we can have the twins all to ourselves for a whole evening.
No, they're not toys, my boy. I'm only doing this as a matter of principle. I'm going to prove to a few people around here they're making a mountain out of a molehill. Of course, we may get a chance to look at the little tykes.
Yeah, without somebody saying, go wash your hands.
Yeah, by the way, let's see your hands.
They're clean.
Go wash them with soap.
Go for corn's sake.
Well, we're ready to go, Unky.
Going with us, Mr. Gildersleeve?
No, thanks, Bronco. But you might give Bertie a lift. She's going downtown.
Bertie?
Yeah, I told her to take the evening off. I'll be the babysitter this evening.
On second thought, Marge, maybe we should stay home.
Oop, Bronco.
I really don't care about seeing the movie, Bronco. Well, why don't you go and I'll stay here?
No, wait a minute.
You go to the movie, Marge. I'll stay here with Mr. Gildersleeve.
For a babysitter for the babysitter.
I'd much rather that you'd go, Bronco.
Why does anybody have to go? Yeah, I mean stay. This is ridiculous. I've never seen such a pair of worry birds.
Somebody call Bertie?
Were you going out tonight, Bertie?
Well, that's what Mr. Gildersleeve says. He says, Bertie, you go out, so I'm going.
Well, you go right ahead, Bertie. I'm going to be here.
Come again?
Yeah, Marjorie isn't going to be here, Bertie. She's going to the movies with Bronco.
She is, huh?
No, she isn't, Bertie. I'm going to be here, and Marge is going.
Children, please.
Well, I won't have you and Miss Margie staying home on my account. You go ahead and go. I'll stay.
Now, listen to me.
You're taking the evening off, Bertie. I'd rather stay home, really.
Yeah,
I don't mind staying.
But
No,
Why don't
I'll
we all
stay.
stay? I don't know why we're going to...
Listen to me. Listen.
Yes?
Are you listening?
We're listening.
Nobody is staying home except me. The babies are going to be all right. Now forget all this silliness and go to your movies and wherever you're going. There's a lot of nonsense.
Maybe Mr. Gildersleeve's right.
Well, of course I'm right. These are not the first babies in the world, you know. There have been a few others.
They'll probably sleep until we get back anyway.
Sure. Come on, Marge.
We won't be late, Unky. If you need us, we'll be at the Palace Theater.
In the balcony.
Goodbye, Unky.
Goodbye, kiddies. Have a good time. Well, Bertie?
Don't look at me. I'm going. I'm gone.
George Gildersleeve, when you put your foot down, this family jumps.
Are they gone, Unc?
Yeah, they're gone.
I was listening upstairs. What a battle.
Yeah, well, I simply decided that you and I were going to take care of the babies tonight, and that was that.
Yeah. Just think, we got the twins all to ourselves.
Yes, sir.
What do we do with them?
We're not going to do anything with them. They're asleep.
Let's wake them up. Let's toss them around.
Leroy!
Great Gildersleeve will return after this important announcement.
Ford Victorias. Glamorous new 1951 Ford Victorias.
Yes, Ford Victorias, most beautiful Ford cars ever built, are waiting for owners. 20 of these streamlined new models are being won in Parquet Margarine's great $83,500 contest series. Yes, and 1,150 other prizes as well. Just listen to these prizes.
Each week for 5 weeks, Parquet is awarding 4 beautiful new Ford Victorias, 10 General Electric portable dishwashers, 20 General Electric triple whip mixers, 100 crisp new $20 bills, 100 crisp new $10 bills.
Here's how you enter. Think of names for Bronco and Margie's twins. One's a boy, one's a girl, remember. Get an entry blank from your grocer. It will tell you how prize-winning entries are selected, or use plain paper. Send your names for the twins, plus your own name and address, and your grocer's name and address, to Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. With each entry, enclose the red end flap from a package of Parquet Margarine. And remember, Ford Victoria winners whose entries are accompanied by 2 red end flaps instead of 1 are entitled to a special $500 cash bonus in addition to their first prize. 1 red end flap entitles your entry to full consideration for any prize. 2 entitle you to an extra $500 if your entry wins one of the 4 weekly first prizes. Remember the address, Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. This week's contest, the third of 5 weekly contests, ends at midnight Saturday. So hurry, name the twins. Get your entry off tomorrow. Remember, there are 2 more weekly contests to follow after this one, so enter now, enter often.
Don't forget, names of first week's winners will be announced in a few minutes.
Well, it took a little doing, but the great Gildersleeve finally got his wish. He shooed Marjorie and Bronco and Bertie out of the house, and now, for the first time, the water commissioner and his nephew Leroy are babysitting with the twins. They've been at it about an hour so far. And the score? No hits, no runs, no errors.
Gee, this is getting dull, Unc. When do we start having some fun with the twins?
Yeah, be patient, Leroy. I'm not staying with the babies tonight for fun.
I am. Golly, what's the use of babysitting if you just gotta sit?
Well, it is pretty quiet. I thought there'd be a little more activity. A couple of healthy youngsters like those. You'd think they'd stir around a little more.
Maybe if we nudged them a little.
No nudging.
Yeah, but maybe they're hungry. It's a dirty trick not to wake them up if they're hungry. Let's feed them.
No, Leroy, Margie said we could feed them when they wake up.
Yeah, but time's going by. Pretty soon everybody will be coming home and we'll be out of luck.
Yeah, that would be a disappointment, all right. They slept right through.
How do we know, Unc? Maybe they're awake right now. Maybe it's so quiet they think they're still asleep.
Yeah, I doubt that, my boy.
Well, gee, Unc, we haven't got much time. If just a little noise woke them up, that'd mean they were getting ready to wake up anyway, wouldn't it?
Well, it might.
If we were just talking like this and that woke them up, that'd be all right, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I don't think it's necessary to shout, Leroy. We can simply use a moderate tone of voice.
They must have the blankets over their ears.
Now, Leroy, stop worrying. If they're going to wake up, they'll wake.
There they go. They're awake.
Well, what do you know? They must have just been opening their little eyes.
I'll get the bottles.
Now, Leroy, don't get pushy. I'll take care of the bottle.
Okay, I'll go in and talk to him.
Yeah, wait. We'll both go in. Then we'll take the baskets into the kitchen. Babies like to watch the bottles being fixed. Say, that's the little girl. What a voice. She's going to be an opera singer.
That or a hog caller.
Oops, there goes the boy. She woke him up. Come on, Leroy. Take a basket. Carefully.
I can't hear you.
Take a basket. Head for the kitchen. What a racket.
Gee, this basket's heavy.
Well, put it down someplace.
Okay.
Leroy, not on the stove. Pull a chair out of the breakfast nook.
I got no hands.
Well, Pull it out with your feet.
I'm standing on them.
Here. Put the basket. Yeah, on this chair. Yeah, I'll put mine over here.
Okay. Uh-oh. He's clouding up again. Yours is just lying there. Why do I always get the one that hollers?
Well, do something to amuse him. I'm getting the bottles ready.
What'll I do?
Go kitchy coo at him.
Kitchy coo?
Sure. Babies like that.
I can't do that.
Go ahead.
I can't. You do it, Art.
Leroy, I have to get the milk out of the refrigerator and put it on the stove.
What you cooking it for?
I'm not cooking it. You have to warm milk for babies.
No kidding.
Yeah, dinner's coming, kiddies. Look at that little face. Watching every move I make.
He doesn't trust you.
He does, too. He knows his friends, don't you? Sure. Milk's getting hot. Better put it in the bottles.
Gee, that looks good. Can I have some?
Leroy, this is for babies.
Okay.
Yeah, there we are. Yeah, 2 bottles. You feed that one, and I'll feed this one.
Boy, this is keen. We know how to take care of kids, don't we, Unc?
Sure. Here you are, you little bear, you. Put it in your mouth. Oops. What's the matter?
Hey, mine's hollering too. What's wrong, Unc?
Maybe the milk's too hot.
You think so?
Don't taste it.
How am I going to tell?
Shake some out in the back of your hand. Like this. Oop! You're all over my trousers.
I shook some out. It isn't hot.
Well, something's wrong. What are you doing to that baby?
I'm not doing anything. What are you doing? What's the matter with him, Unc?
Oh, how should I know? Come on, baby. Come on. Nice milk. Whole bottle. See? Oh, my goodness.
What do we do now, Unc?
Oh, brother. Put him back in the baskets. Keep an eye on him, Leroy. I'm going to call Peavy.
Unc, don't leave me alone with this.
Stop shouting, Leroy. Yep. Better close the door. Yeah. Good old Peavy. He'll be able to help me. Sure.
Peavy's Pharmacy.
Yes. Hello, Peavy. This is Gildersleeve.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you this evening?
Peavy, I need some advice, quick. I'm taking care of Marjorie's twins, and they're raising the roof. What'll I do?
Well, I don't know much about babies, Mr. Gildersleeve. Mrs. Peavy and I never had any of our own.
Well, I know that, but you're a pharmacist, Peavy. What do you give babies when they cry?
Well, what do they want?
How do I know what they want? They're just yelling.
Have you tried milk?
Yes, I've tried milk. They cry all the louder.
Well, how about this little pig went to market? Babies like that.
What are you talking about, Peavy?
You know, this little pig went to market. This little pig stayed home. It's a game. You play it with their toes.
I haven't time to play games with their toes.
Well, there's always patty cake.
Patty cake?
You play that with their hands.
Peavy, you get some of the silliest ideas.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to take care of 2 babies.
Hurry up, Unc!
Oh, my goodness. Can't you suggest anything, Peavy?
Mr. Gildersleeve, this is a drugstore, not a day nursery.
Fine drugstore. Peavy, you're no more a druggist than I am.
Well, no, I wouldn't say that.
Oh, see you later, Peavy. Fine thing. Marjorie and Bronco walk out and leave me with the babies. Run off to the movies. Irresponsible kids. Leave me with no instructions. 2 babies on my hands. Hey, they're quiet. Maybe they've gone to sleep again. Leroy.
Quiet, Unc. They're dozing.
Oh, saved by a miracle. If Marjorie and Bronco came home and found the babies crying, I'd never live it down. Oops, darn doorbell. Oh, both awake again. Who's at that confounded door?
Good evening, Gilda.
Judge Hook.
Well, your happy home seems to be ringing with the voices of little children.
Yeah, I ought to wring something right off your head, you old goat.
What's wrong, Gilda?
Come in the house, Judge. You just had the babies asleep, and you had to lean on that doorbell.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Gilda. They seem to be quiet now.
Say, they are. Don't breathe.
Where are they, Gildy?
In the kitchen. Come on. Don't make a sound.
You're making all the noise.
Be quiet, Judge.
Oh, there they are. Just as quiet as they can be.
They'll make a sound. Anybody.
I'm bushed.
Leroy. Hush.
You see, Gildy, the little darlings knew I was coming, and they're on their good behavior.
Yes. Yeah, look out, Judge. Don't lean against that cupboard door. Your pan's in there.
What's that?
Yes, Judge. Yes. Judge, now you've done it.
Holy cow, I'm going out for a walk.
You stay here. We'll have no rats leaving this sinking ship.
They're hurting my ears.
Give them a bottle, Gildy.
Judge, I tried to give him a bottle. I got milk all over me. Oh, my goodness, back door. Here comes Bronco and Marjorie.
Well, I think I'll go out the front door.
You stay here.
Well, evening, everybody.
Oh, it's Bertie. Oh, am I glad to see you.
What's the matter with the little darlings? They've been crying long?
Shall we tell her?
Yeah, there's something seriously wrong, Bertie. I've done everything right. Got the milk out of the refrigerator, warmed it, put it in the bottles, but they won't take it.
Is this the milk you gave them?
That's it.
No wonder they didn't want it. That's buttermilk.
Yeah, but they would buttermilk.
Oh, brother.
Never mind. What are we going to do, Bertie? What are we going to do? We have to get them quiet before Bronco and Marjorie come home.
Well, let me take them, Mr. Gildersleeve. Now, here's Bertie. Now go on to sleep. Day of play has passed away. The night is drawing near. All your toys must be laid away that you love so dear. Prayers must be said, then tucked into bed without a tear in your eye. The Sandman takes you by the hand while Birdie sings a lullaby. Slumbering time hath come. Close your tired, weary eyes while you are sleeping, my little one. Angels will guide you until the dawn. Sleep and slumber on while moonbeams shine above. There in your nest in the land of rest, you can dream the dream you love. Good night, darling.
They're asleep. Bless you, Bertie.
We're back, Unky.
How's everything, Mr. Gildersleeve?
Fine. Everything's just fine.
How are the babies?
Yeah, they're in bed.
Did they give you any trouble?
Trouble? No.
You mean they were all right?
Marjorie, there was nothing to worry about.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
They're pretty good babies.
Yeah, as Bertie says, just perfect angels.
The great Gildersleeve will be right back. Now, here they are, the first week's winners in Parquet Margarine's $83,500 Name the Twins contest. For entries postmarked before midnight, March 17th, glamorous new Ford Victorias go to
Mrs. Sanders Harris, Fort Valley, Georgia, who is also a bonus winner. E.H. Davis, Rockford, Illinois. Mrs. Ray Pease, Atkinson, Nebraska. Mrs. Violet McElveen, Houston, Texas. Winners of other prizes will be notified by mail.
You have until midnight this Saturday to get in your entries in the third week's Parquet Margarine contest. Your entry must include your names for the twins, your own and your grocer's name and address, and the red end flap from a package of Parquet Margarine. 2 red end flaps if you want to try for a $500 bonus as well as a first prize. Send entries to Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois.
Hurry! Your names for the twins may win you a brand new Ford Victoria.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is a rather proud moment for all of us who gather here each week to help bring you the great Gildersleeve programs. As you know, April 1st marks the beginning of Invest in America Week. And tonight, we are honored to have as our guest the chairman of the Invest in America Week Executive Committee, Mr. W.G. Paul.
Thank you. On behalf of the Invest in America Week movement, I am happy to make this presentation. The Invest in America Week Executive Committee takes great pleasure in citing the Kraft Foods Company and the National Broadcasting Company for presenting Willard Waterman, whose intelligent and understanding portrayal of the great Gildersleeve has contributed immeasurably to the public understanding of the role of the individual in building America at the community level.
My most sincere thanks to you, Mr. Paul, and to all your committee. I speak for all the Gildersleeve family. What a fine fellow. Good night, folks.
Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andy White, with music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Dick Crenna, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying goodnight for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of Parquet Margarine and those other famous Kraft quality foods. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the great Gildersleeve.
What's the difference between a sandwich that's really super and one that's merely good? Here's the answer. Kraft's Prepared Mustard. For when you add a little mustard to cold meats or cheese, you add a lot of tang. Hidden flavors pop right out. Every bite tastes better. There are 2 kinds of Kraft mustard, you know. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand for different tastes, different uses. With either kind, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's Prepared Mustard.
Hear the Falcon every Sunday over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as the Falcon solves the case of the worried wife.
Listen for Irrepressible Groucho Marx on NBC.
The Kraft Foods Company presents Willard Waterman as the Great Gildersleeve. The Great Great Gildersleeve is brought to you each week by the Kraft Foods Company. On your mark, get set, go! Time's running out in Parquet Margarine's great $83,500 Name the Twins contests. Still time left, though, for you to win one of those glamorous Ford Victorias or one of 1,150 other prizes. Tonight will be our last chance to give full contest details on this program, so have paper and pencil ready for our next announcement. Listen, too, for the names of second week's winners at the close of tonight's broadcast. This great contest and tonight's Great Gildersleeve program are brought to you by Parquet Margarine, the margarine that tastes so good because it's always fresh. Try it. You'll love it. Parkay. Parquet Margarine made by Kraft. Well, the twins are growing and getting brighter and cuter every day. And the Great Gildersleeve is finding that with the babies around, it's pretty hard to get away from the house in the morning.
You better let me take them now, Unky.
No, let me hold the little rascals for a minute. You and Bertie get to have them all day. Yeah, listen to them. Happy as can be. Why, George, I have a way with babies.
Oh, they're laughing. Look, Unky.
Yeah, no teeth. Yeah, I tell you, Marjorie, you and Bronco have to find some names for these babies.
Oh, we will, Unky. All our friends are helping us.
Well, good. You know, a few minutes with these little tykes really starts the day off fine. Makes a man feel that he loves everybody.
Help! Come here!
Oh, there's Leroy. Take the babies, my dear.
They're ready for bed.
In the living room! Hurry up!
Yeah, I'm coming. What is it, my boy?
There's a ship floating down Mr. Bullard's driveway.
A ship? Where?
What's this about a ship, Leroy?
No kidding. Come to the window.
Leroy, there ain't no ships on dry land.
Say, there is one, Bertie. Mr. Bullard has a sailboat hitched to his Cadillac.
Ain't that something? Where do you suppose he's going? Around the world?
No, I doubt it, Leroy. He's probably going to sail it on Grass Lake. You show off.
What's everybody staring at?
Mr. Bullard has a boat, Marjorie.
Gosh, he'd hardly speak to us before. Now he'll probably throw rocks at us.
Isn't it beautiful?
I've seen bigger. In pictures.
Well, I ain't gonna look at it no more. I get seasick.
He's gonna have trouble backing it into the street.
Yeah, he better watch it. He's got it aimed right at my maple tree.
I'd better go out and direct traffic.
Leroy, stay here behind the curtains. If anybody goes out, I'll go out.
Now, Unky, I don't think Mr. Bullard will appreciate your help.
Yeah, I'm not trying to help Bullard. I'm trying to protect my tree.
But, Unky, things have been so peaceful lately.
Yeah, you haven't fought in a week.
Well, I'm not going out to fight. Oop, he's getting closer to my maple. If that Bullard's looking for trouble, he's come to the right tree. Well, Marjorie's right. There's no use antagonizing Bullard just because he doesn't know how to back out his boat. I'll be just diplomatic and tell him how to do it. Good morning, Mr. Bullard.
Oh, it's you, Gildersleeve.
Yeah, I see you have a boat.
Yes?
Can I be of any help?
No.
Well, didn't think you could see all the way back to the end of the boat.
I'll manage, thank you.
Yeah, I'll be glad to give you directions.
Thank you, no.
You will. I'd be glad to help a neighbor.
Gildersleeve, what are you trying to do? Finagle an invitation to ride on my boat this summer?
Yeah, I am not. As a matter of fact, the prow of your boat is pointing right at my maple tree.
That's the stern.
You.
Stop worrying and move, Gildersleeve. I'm cramping my wheels that way.
Mr. Bullard, you should cramp them the other way.
Gildersleeve, do me a favor.
Glad to. That's why I came out.
No. I don't want that kind of help. I'm a grown man with a good car and a license to drive it. Now let me drive it!
Oh, yes. Go ahead.
Thank you.
You a little to the right. You cramp to the left. Easy now. Stop!
Gildersleeve!
You're coming close to my maple.
I know how to drive! Oh, no.
You see?
Gildersleeve, stop saying you see.
Because you backed into my tree. It's all your fault.
It's all your fault. Why did you plant the tree so close to the curb?
Yofer. Look at this, Bullard. You broke off a limb.
I did? Where?
There, sticking up through the bottom of your boat.
Gildersleeve, you nincompoop!
Watch it, Bullard.
Why didn't you tell me I was about to hit your tree?
Why didn't I tell it? He's a hard man to like.
Hi, Commish.
Good morning, Floyd.
What'll it be? Shave, shampoo, haircut?
Well, I need something. Just had another brush with that snooty Rumson Bullard. Ooh, what a neighbor.
Well, it takes all kinds of people to make a world, as they say.
Well, you can make a world without that kind. Him and his big cars and his sailboat. I'm all through with him, Floyd. This is the end.
Sure. Why don't you climb up in the chair and forget it?
Well, the shave might relax me. Wait till I hang up my hat.
Sure. Get under a hot towel and let little Floydy Munson steam your cares away.
Good morning, Munson.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bullard.
Oop, Bullard.
Give me a shave, Munson. I'm in a hurry.
Yelfer. He's got my seat. Floyd!
Yeah, Commish?
Yeah, I'm first, you know.
Well...
Who's first? Oh, is that you back there, Gildersleeve? I thought it was Munson's pot-bellied stove.
Now, see here, Bullard. Get out of that chair.
I will not. If this is your chair, why weren't you in it?
Because you beat me to it. Bullard, don't laugh up your French cuffs at me. You called me a nincompoop this morning.
True.
Well, you're a double nincompoop.
Gildersleeve, get out of my sight!
Yeah, I can't wait to.
And if we ever meet again, don't even speak to me. I'll cut you cold.
Well, don't you speak to me. I'll cut off your water.
You and him don't see eye to eye, do you, Mr. Bullard?
That, Munson, is the understatement of the year. He started my day off this morning by poking a hole in my boat with his maple tree.
No kidding.
That was only the beginning of a miserable day. When I got my boat to the lake, I found the property I had to cross was fenced and posted.
Well, if you want to cut the fence, I got a pair of hedge clippers at home.
Munson, you have to handle these things legally or you get sued.
Oh.
My lawyer is tracing the owner of the property now.
Well, you got Judge Hooker working, huh?
Yes, the judge is getting permission to cross.
Oh.
And I have to have it if I expect to spend the summer on my boat.
Good morning, Floyd.
Oh, hiya, Judge. Come on in.
Is that my client you have in the chair?
Judge, did you get the easement?
No, Rumson, but I found out who's in charge of the property.
Good. We won't have any trouble getting the boat down to the water, will we?
None whatsoever. All you have to do to get your boat in the water is to see the water commissioner.
You mean Gildersleeve?
The Summerfield Water Department now owns all the land bordering the lake. And Gildy's the man to see. Aren't we in luck?
Luck. Ha!
What's the matter, Rumson?
Mr. Bullard, maybe you'd like to spend your summer in the mountains.
Munson, stay out of this.
Yes, sir.
Rumson, for some reason, you seem to be upset.
I am upset. I'm seething. Gildersleeve not only punched a hole in my boat, now he's barring me from the lake.
What's this?
They ain't on the best of terms, Judge.
Oh.
Well, he can't do this to me. I won't be outsmarted by a water buffalo.
Nevertheless, we need his signature.
What abominable luck. All winter I've looked forward to spring when I could sail my boat. But if Gildersleeve thinks I'm going to come crawling to him, fawning and begging...
I forgot my hat.
Hello, Gildy.
Hi, Commish.
Good morning, Judge. See you later, Floyd.
Oh, Gildersleeve.
We're not speaking, Mr. Bullard. Remember?
Forgive me, Gildersleeve. I'm a bad-tempered man. You should hate me.
He does.
Floyd. Gildersleeve, we've had our little differences from time to time, and it's been my fault. I've been a bad neighbor.
You've been a bad neighbor. Bullard, what are you up to?
Gildy, it's about...
Judge.
Commish, you know Bullard's boat, which you knocked a hole in?
Yeah, I did not.
Of course he didn't. It was all my fault.
What's that?
I carelessly backed my boat into your maple tree. A stupid thing to do.
Well...
I'd like to buy you another tree. A golden spruce.
You would?
Let's let bygones be bygones, Gildersleeve.
Well...
Join our hands in friendship. Mend the torn and tattooed fellowship of years gone by. I've always admired you, Gildersleeve.
Really?
I've said to myself so often, why are you so mean to Mr. Gildersleeve when you love him so?
Oh, that's all right.
And now I hope you'll honor me with your friendship.
Sure.
Thank you. Gildersleeve, old friend, how about having lunch with me tomorrow at my club?
Lunch at your club? Say, that'd be fine.
Thank you. You've made me very happy.
Yeah, I have? You, what a wonderful fellow.
Great Gildersleeve will return after this important announcement.
Ford Victorias, beautiful new Ford Victorias, waiting for owners.
That's right. This is our last chance to tell you how you may win a beautiful new Ford Victoria or one of 1,150 other valuable prizes in Parquet Margarine's $83,500 series of weekly big prize contests. Prizes, just listen to these prizes. Each week for 5 weeks, Parquet is awarding
4 beautiful new Ford Victorias, 10 General Electric portable dishwashers, 20 General Electric triple whip mixers, 100 crisp new $20 bills, 100 crisp new $10 bills.
Here's how you enter. Think of names for Margie and Bronco's twins. One's a boy, one's a girl. Get an entry blank from your grocer. It will tell you how prize-winning entries are judged. Or use plain paper. Send your names for the twins, your own name and address, and your grocer's name and address to Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. With each entry, enclose the red end flap from a package of Parquet Margarine. And remember, first prize winners whose entries were accompanied by 2 red end flaps instead of 1 are entitled to a $5 to $100 bonus in addition to a Ford Victoria.
This week's contest ends at midnight this Saturday. The 5th and final contest ends at midnight, April 14th. Enter both contests as often as you like. Remember the address, Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois.
Why shouldn't you win one of those Ford Victorias? Mail your entry tomorrow. Well, let's get back to the great Gildersleeve. His wealthy neighbor, Mr. Bullard, has never been exactly friendly. But since he bought a sailing boat and discovered he couldn't get it on the lake without a permit from the water commissioner, things have changed.
Are my shoes shined, Leroy?
Yeah, here they are, Unc.
Yeah, thank you. And here you are, my boy.
A quarter? Gosh, thanks. I usually get only 15 cents.
Well, Leroy, I doubt if they'd let a man in Bullard's club with a 15-cent shine.
It's pretty snooty, all right. Why is Mr. Bullard inviting you, Unc?
Well, because he likes me, Leroy. Leroy, he does. He said some very complimentary things about me.
Yeah, I know. What is a nincompoop?
That sort of talk is a thing of the past. Oop, wonder who's at the door.
I'll get it!
Never mind, Bertie, I'll get it.
Good morning, Gildersleeve.
Well, good morning, Mr. Bullard. Come in, come in.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'm delighted to see you, Mr. Bullard.
Why don't you call me Rumson?
Oh, for corn's sake.
Rumson?
Oh, no need for us to be formal when we're such close friends.
Yeah, you're right. Rumson, close friend.
This is sickening. I liked it better when they were fighting.
Well, Leroy, you're growing into a more handsome young man every day.
Are you kidding?
Leroy, don't you want to go outside for a little while?
Yeah, I'll say. I need the air.
By the way, Gildersleeve, I haven't seen the twins.
Oh, you have a treat in store for you. I think Marjorie has them in the den. Marjorie! Company!
Come in, Auntie.
Mr. Bullard came to see the twins.
Oh, hello, Mr. Bullard.
Good morning, Marjorie. I'm afraid I've been remiss as a neighbor. I've been meaning to come over to see the babies for the past 2 months.
Well, they're only 6 weeks old.
Oh. Oh, yes. Well, are they awake? I have presents for them.
You have? Isn't that nice, Marjorie?
Oh, it's very thoughtful. Here, I'll pull the blanket back so you can see them.
Well, good morning, young people. What are their names?
We haven't decided yet.
Would you like to hold one, Mr. Bullard?
Oh, yes. Upsy daisy. I've always liked babies, and they like me. Itchy-itchy-itchy-coo. Little Tot, how would you like to call me Uncle Rumson?
Baby, watch it.
Babies are fascinating, aren't they?
I'd better take her, Mr. Bullard.
Yes, perhaps you better. Oh, I mustn't forget their presents. I bought each of them silver spoons.
That's awfully nice of you, Mr. Bullard.
You shouldn't have done it.
Well, I think every baby should have a silver spoon. Here you are, babies. A spoon for you and one for you. What did I do?
That's their way of thanking you, Mr. Bullard.
They're a little fussy. I really should get them to sleep.
Well, if they don't like silver, perhaps they'll like gold. Here, would Baby like to see Uncle Rumson's what?
I don't think I'd get too close to them. They might grab it.
Oh, nonsense.
Oh, be careful.
Oh, my goodness. Batted it right against the crib.
Naughty.
Sorry, Mr. Bullard.
Oh, it's all right. It's still ticking.
That's good.
Yes, it's a fine old Hamilton my father gave me. He was a railroad man.
You? Conductor?
He owned it.
Oh, yes, should have known.
Well, I must be on my way.
Oh, thank you so much for the spoons, Mr. Bullard.
Don't mention it. I like doing things for people I like. And Gildersleeve, remember you're lunching with me at my club today?
I couldn't forget that.
I've asked Sir Jasper Bollock to join us.
Sir Jasper Bollock?
He's an Englishman who spent most of his life in South Africa. A very distinguished gentleman. And since you're our distinguished water commissioner, I thought you two should know each other.
Well, lunching with an Englishman. Right, George, this is wonderful. Rumson, I must do something nice for you someday.
Hold that thought, Gildersleeve. Well, goodbye, Marjorie.
Goodbye.
Until luncheon, Gildersleeve.
Righto. Marjorie, where's my hat?
Where are you going, Unky?
Down to Peavy's. I want to get some expensive cigars before the luncheon. I'm through smoking these cheap cigars. Hello, Peavy.
Hello, Mr. Gildersleeve. What can I do for you?
Peavy, give me some expensive cigars. Something a South African Englishman might smoke.
How's that?
Yeah, the Coronas ought to do it.
Oh, very well.
Peavy, guess with whom I'm having lunch today?
Could it be a South African Englishman?
Yep, and Mr. Bullard. Rumson.
You don't say.
You were lunching at the 100 Club. Very exclusive, Peavy.
And how did you happen to get invited?
Well, Rumson, Bullard, and I are very close friends, you know.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he had me over looking at his new boat, and he's been lavish with his gifts to the twins.
This is still Mr. Bullard you're talking about?
Yes, indeed. Peavy, it's a wonderful thing to discover a deep and enduring friendship like this.
How long have you been friendly?
All day.
Well, the judge was saying quite a change had come over you and Mr. Bullard.
Oh, yes, the judge. Yeah, I haven't seen much of the judge since I've been traveling in Rumson's crowd.
Mr. Gildersleeve, it's none of my business, but has it ever occurred to you that Mr. Bullard might be after something?
Peavy, how can you say that?
Well, there are people who wouldn't put it past him.
Peavy, you're maligning a dear friend of mine. Just because he's taking me to a club at his lunch and keeps telling me I'm a wonderful guy doesn't mean he's after something.
Well, I wouldn't say that.
Peavy, you're a skeptic. Charge the cigars. Yeah, I wonder if I should have come to Bullard's Club in my old car. Oh, well, there's the parking place. Between those two limousines. Right in front of the canopy. No, better not park here. The doorman's giving me a dirty look. I better go around the corner and park.
Gildersleeve! Oh, Gildersleeve!
You right? Oh, Bullard.
Park the thing right there. It's all right.
Is it all right with him, too?
The doorman? Of course.
Well, just as you say.
Oh, let me help you out, Gildersleeve.
Oh, thank you. You didn't have to wait outside the club for me, Rumson.
I wanted to be sure you got in, Gildersleeve. Follow me.
Thank you. Say, a lot of steps. Reminds me of the museum.
Do you wish to order now, Mr. Bullard?
No, thank you, Arthur. We're waiting for Sir Jasper Bollock.
I saw Sir Jasper in the billiard room a moment ago. Do you wish me to tell him you've arrived, sir?
Will you please, Arthur?
With pleasure, sir.
A polite waiter. Nice dining room, too. How high is the ceiling, Rumson?
Oh, approximately 2 stories. Ah, there's Sir Jasper at the door.
Is that him? He?
Yes. Gildersleeve, I think you'll enjoy talking to Sir Jasper, but I feel I must tell you he's inclined to ramble a bit.
You?
Yes.
Oh, there you are, Rumson.
Sir Jasper.
Sorry I missed you. I was in the billiard room playing billiards. That's why I missed you. I was playing billiards.
Yes. Sir Jasper Bollock, I want you to meet my very good friend, Throckmorton P. Gildersleeve.
How do you do?
How do you do? Charmed. Delighted to meet you, old chap. Charmed, delighted.
Well, I'm charmed, too. I hear you used to live in South Africa.
Oh, yes. Spent years there before I retired. I missed the hunting. They hunt there, all the time hunting. South Africa hunting.
Sir Jasper has quite a trophy room, Gildersleeve.
He has? Yeah, I have a stuffed bass over my mantel.
Really? Well, we have something in common then, sportsmen. Hunting and fishing. Fishing and hunting. Common,
Well, I've been wondering what you find to hunt around Summerfield.
For the most part, I hunt a cool place to lie down. Retired,
You're very good, Sir Jasper.
Enjoying yourself, Gildersleeve?
Yes, indeed.
Good. This luncheon was planned for you. Well, shall we study the menu?
Yeah, good idea.
Very good idea. Start with the gimlet. Let me see.
Gildersleeve, shall we start with hors d'oeuvres, lobster cocktail, vichyssoise, breast of guinea hen?
Oh, why, George Rumson, this is great. You're a fine fellow. And I've no time for people who say you aren't.
What's this, Gildersleeve?
Well, some people have been trying to tell me you invited me here for a reason.
Me? Oh, how unkind.
Yeah, jealous.
I'll do anything for my friends, and my friends will do anything for me. Right, Sir Jasper?
Yes, right. Yes, indeed, yes. What was it you asked me?
Mr. Bullard was just saying that he didn't invite me here for any selfish reason.
Oh, yes. Charming, fresh old Bullard here. Good old chap, wizard.
Oh, I know. We're old friends from way back.
Mr. Jasper, Mr. Gildersleeve was saying that he and I are old friends, been neighbors for years.
Oh, yes, friends. I say, Bullard, have you told him about that fat old water commissioner chap who lives across the way from you?
What's this?
Sir Jasper, shall we order?
Vastly amusing. Oh, Bullard was telling me this morning, water commissioner or something. Bullard can't launch his boat in Grouse Lake without this fellow's permission. Has to bring him out to lunch to soften him up.
Oh, no. So, that's it.
I can't recall the duffer's name. What was it, Brunson? The chap you referred to as an nincompoop?
Sir Jasper Gildersleeve is the water commissioner.
He is? Really? Well, this is more amusing than I thought. Excuse me, I must make a phone call. South Africa,
Well, Bullard.
Gildersleeve, I suppose you think I'm a cad, but I had to have your permission to sail my boat. And now you won't give it to me.
Oh, yes, I will.
You will?
I like this club. Would you like to give me a permanent guest card? But I think I'd like to play golf at your country club on weekends.
Gildersleeve, this is an outrage. You can't force me to do this.
And you can't go sailing.
Gildersleeve, you're an...
Yeah, I'm a what?
A fine fellow.
Yeah, that's what I think. Arthur, bring on the guinea hen.
The Great Gildersleeve will be right back. Now, here are the second week's winners in Parquet Margarine's Name the Twins contest. For entries submitted before midnight, March 24th, brand new Ford Victorias go to...
Mrs. Ann J. Frimmer, Upper Montclair, New Jersey. Mrs. George H. McEmaw, Sheffield, Alabama. Michael A. Follis, Chicago, Illinois.
A bonus winner.
Anona A. Bartlett, Barry, Vermont.
Also a bonus winner.
Winners of other prizes will be notified by mail.
Winners of Ford Victorias in remaining contests will be announced at the close of this program for the next 3 weeks. Fourth week's contest closes at midnight this Saturday. Fifth and final week's contest ends at midnight April 14th. Entries must include your names for the twins, your own name and address, and the red end flap from a package of Parquet margarine. 2 red end flaps if you want to try for a $500 bonus as well as a first prize. Send entries to Parquet Margarine, Box 6799, Chicago 77, Illinois. Hurry! Your names for the twins may win you a brand new Ford Victoria.
Keen the way you put it over on old Bullard, Unc.
Well, I just taught him a lesson, my boy. Never try to make a friend to gain a favor. Yeah, I'm going to let him sail his boat.
You're not going to bear down on him?
No, Bullard's all right.
He bought us a new tree.
He did? Well, I knew he was honest.
That's a golden spruce.
A golden spruce. Right, Georgie kept his word. A real gentleman. Must have taken a big truck to deliver a tree.
What do you mean, a truck? The mailman brought it.
Hey. The mailman?
Yeah, it's 6 inches high.
Snookered again. Good night, folks.
The Great Gildersleeve is played by Willard Waterman. The show is written by Paul West, John Elliott, and Andrew White, and music by Robert Armbruster. Included in the cast are Walter Tetley, Mary Lee Robb, Lillian Randolph, Gail Gordon, Bill Thompson, Arthur Q. Bryan, Earl Ross, and Dick LeGrand. This is John Heaston saying good night for the Kraft Foods Company, makers of the famous line of Kraft quality food products. Be sure to listen in next Wednesday and every Wednesday for the further adventures of the Great Gildersleeve.
Here's a thrifty secret for making economy meals come to life. Next time you serve cold meat, sandwiches, or leftovers, don't forget the mustard. For when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Every bite tastes better. And the mustard to add is Kraft's prepared mustard. There are 2 kinds, you know. Kraft salad mustard, mild and delicately spiced, and Kraft mustard with snappy horseradish added. Have both on hand for different tastes, different uses. And remember, when you add a little mustard, you add a lot of tang. Get Kraft's prepared mustard.
Hear the Falcon every Sunday over this station. Check your newspaper for time of broadcast and listen next Sunday as the Falcon solves the case of the carved ham.
Groucho Marx plays You Bet Your Life. Hear him on NBC.